want to talk about what goes into an early season archery hunt into your pack. Now, I'm going to point out a few things that I think I would recommend, and then a few things that I would not recommend. And that kind of goes back to the phrase packing your fears, and also just looking for more lightweight stuff. So I've got my scale here. I'll call out a few weights as I'm kind of doing this, but I've definitely made a few mistakes and I was carrying a way heavier pack than I should be. The pack that I am using this season and I used last season is the Mystery Ranch Metcalf 50. The 50 does seem a little small, but the thing I like about that is I'm not overpacking it. So yes, I could do a 75 or 100, but I do like the small size, especially for mule deer. I was able to pack out a mule deer with a Craig, actually, who works here, and we were both able to take it out super easy. So let's dive in and I'll kind of walk you through a few things. First off, hiking poles. I've got the Crestone. I usually bring two, but definitely you could just do one. And so I had this the other day. I had knee surgery about 2 months ago, and my doctor said it is required that you use trekking poles, and I would use them anyway, especially on a pack out. Just one pole. It's coming in about 8 ounces. So a very lightweight carbon pole, which is great. I also have a really lightweight pole made by Black Diamond that I have used as well. This is where things could go a little bit lighter. I've got my big seat here. It's very comfortable. I love this seat. It opens up, but there's lighter options. This one right here is coming in at 20 ounces. And our friends at Thermarest have made incredible pads. You can also look at the Black Ovis fold-up pad, very lightweight, in partnership with Alps. Kendall actually recommends just cutting it up and slicing it up, and you don't have to do that. There are pads that are made super light. On the King's Camo side, I was fiddling around with the pants I was using, and the knee pads do come out. I do need the knee pads, but it is an option to shave just a few. I'm not a huge ounce counter, but if you want to get crazy, you're going to save 1.8 ounces if you don't bring those with you. All right, another thing, this is where I'm kind of packing my fears a little bit. When I was on a hunt the other day, I wasn't planning on staying overnight, but I was like, well, if I do stay overnight, I'm gonna bring a sleeping bag. So this is my small 36 ounce little sleeping bag here, or 1 pound, 13 ounces, if you're counting pounds. Could have left this back, did not need it, and that would have lightened things up immensely. Peak refuel, it's a must. But again, I brought 2 meals and I could have just brought 1 because that's all I ate. So would have saved 6.3 ounces. This one's a little interesting. It's my MSR Hyperflow. Highly recommend this water filter, water pump. I like it compared to the Sterapen. The Sterapen I'm still getting used to. I just want to make sure I'm drinking super clean water, and I've used this for over 20 years. The MSR, whether it be the old pumps. The thing with this is you may not need it. Again, I packed in 2 Nalgene's of water. I actually could have left this, but I do like having it again, especially when you're cooking, you got to use that water. But again, if you're boiling water, that takes care of it as well. So again, I probably could have left this 10.7 ounces there. Weigh my jet boil here. This does not have fuel in here. This is the Flash, about 14 ounces there. This is where things kind of got messy. As I was packing, I didn't have the small jet boil fuel. I just had my big one. So dumb. I shouldn't have brought this. I should have dug around deeper and found something smaller. So that was coming in at 18 ounces. Not great. Didn't love that I had to pack that around. Took up a ton of space. I also brought an extra set of camo pants. Could have left those because I was hunting in the Black Ovis lightweight Cottonwood Creek. Should have just done 1 pant for a 1-day hunt. Again, kind of packing my fears a little bit. You're starting to see the vulnerabilities there. I do like throwing in like our little knit Black Ovis beanie. I'm not even gonna call out what it weighs, but for those who are counting, it's 2.5 ounces. Okay, then I've got my sleep system. This is a bivy system, just a one-man tent system here by Stone Glacier. Go ahead and weigh this. This is a bug net and the fly, about 30 ounces in our stash sack here. These are really sweet for organization. I don't even have to think about it. I just kind of grab and go. And it does have stakes in here. Let me peek in here, see if there's anything else I slipped in. Nope. All right, let's keep going here. We're not done. Okay, little packable pillow. Could have left this. Again, it's so small, it's super insignificant, but for a midday nap, that is kind of a nice comfort. Only 3 ounces, not a big deal. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, I had 2 camo tops. I could have just done this one. This is a super lightweight Sitka that I could have left there. Then I had my King's Covert hoodie, a little bit heavier weight. It's early season. I should have left this. I felt like I was going to tell you what should be going in a pack, not what should not be going in a pack. Had an extra pair of socks, could have left. This is our Black Ovis shred. Very lightweight. The one thing here is I could have gone a little bit heavier for a little bit more cushion. I think sometimes we think lightweight or heavyweight, it's like winter or warm weather. So I was thinking warm weather, but when I was wearing it with a Laponia 3, I wish I would have gone a little bit midweight or heavier weight for more cushion. I actually was getting a little bit of some hot spots, and I realized I normally hunt with a heavier weight sock. So my Nalgene there. Start filling up these shelves here. This is a must. You gotta bring Ovis sacks. That's an absolute must. I was on an elk hunt and I wanted to make sure that I was bringing the right Ovis sacks, and this is the elk version, the XL. So I've made that mistake before, showed up to an elk hunt and had the deer size, doesn't work. So I would just always lean on going bigger, just so you don't make that mistake. But I had an awesome elk hunting partner, Mr. Kendall Card, and he was prepared and brought the right Ovis sacks on that particular hunt. Had another Nalgene here. I do like having water. I think you don't want to run out of water. Okay, this is the Hailstone Black Ovis rain jacket. It's pretty lightweight, made with E-vent, and in a sticky situation, this is a must. I think you've got to bring rain gear. Did not bring the pants, but generally if you kind of get under a pine tree or a few, I did have some afternoon rainstorms. It dumped pretty hard, but it only lasts about 20-30 minutes, just kind of that classic afternoon storm. So it didn't feel like I had or needed the pants, but could have gone a little bit lighter with our Black Ovis Tongass rain jacket there. And then got a little first aid kit here. I've kind of redone this a little bit, kind of packed in some different stuff, but always worth kind of going through. Then on the top pouches here, which I really like how Mystery Ranch did these 2 top pouches. It's kind of the grab and go stuff that you need. I'll put food up here. I'll put stash sacks. These Tuscarora Black Ovis gloves, really like, especially if you're on an e-bike and you're kind of cruising through some tall brush, kind of protects your hands. Nice little comfort there. I've got what Jace Johnson recommends. This is kind of the oh crap kit for your bow. Again, in a stash sack, works super, super well. Also slipped in a spoon. I think this is the Peak Refuel spoon here. A little spork. Some KT tape that, again, got bad knees. Some extra broadheads, which I could have lightened up a little bit. And then, but the reason why I do bring extra broadheads, I've had it where I might snap a broadhead or something breaks if I miss a shot. You got to be careful, but you can replace broadheads, which is nice. Little Ampex, extra headlamp there, paracord. And then this is kind of an interesting, this is a non-chafing deodorant stick. It's called Taboo, and it works really, really well, and it's better than powder. I've done the powders, they get everywhere. It's kind of annoying. EpiPen, because I'm allergic to bee stings, and I have a fear that I'm gonna like be out hunting alone and get stung by a bee. I've had to throw that in my leg before, kind of scary. This is super important, a little bit of comfort food. Got my Haribo, pronunciation up for grabs, I don't know. Star Mix. I've hunted with gummy bears for a while. It's kind of a stupid tradition. Really like the Justin's peanut butter for protein. And then I've got my Liquid IV for electrolyte replacement. Works awesome. And then my other pouch, got a little bit of another, this is like a throwback over the sack. We don't make red anymore. I love this thing. Pyro Putty, my Peaks headlamp. So again, when you talk about packing fears, I've already got, you know, some double up. I will say if you're gonna pack fears, I would pack 2 headlamps. This Night Eyes kind of bendy metal quick ties. These are sweet, especially if you get an animal and you wanna like secure it to your pack. Works great for securing the bow. I did a nice job. I only brought 1 knife and with a replacement blade for my Havalon. And then I've got my quick tool here. Shout out to Wild Arrow. They're a local shop here in Utah. Great friends of the business. This one I'm hesitant on. I don't want to spray myself too much with bug spray, with scents. But on a late night walkout, if I didn't get an animal and the bugs are bad, I'm just gonna spray it and it's all good. I also put my tags up here, and I always make sure I'm using the same pack. So I try to dedicate a pack to my hunts. And then this is one of my favorite meals right here. Just a little bit of tuna salad, nice little comfort food, and protein. So a couple learnings here. Just be careful of packing your fears. I definitely was thinking like, oh, if I did an overnighter, if I got stuck. But being only a little ways into the backcountry, probably could have left a lot of that overnight stuff at home. But I definitely recommend bringing 2 poles. I just showed the one here. I couldn't find my other one actually for this video. It's floating around somewhere. So hopefully this helps and you're just kind of thinking of what can go into the Metcalf 50. Again, if I'm packing out an animal, you expand it out, use the meat shelf. Works awesome with Mystery Ranch. They did a nice job there. But if I'm packing too much stuff, I was actually thinking on the walk in, and I'm probably gonna leave this stuff out here and just come back and get it later. If I'm, you know, got a couple pounds and I'm trying to pack out an animal, gotta make that choice. I'd probably make a little cache, leave stuff out, and then come get it at a later time. Because I overpacked a little bit, especially for a day hunt. So again, hopefully this helps. Let us know in the comments below what you're leaving behind or what you might be overpacking, packing those fears. So have fun out there and let us know if you have any questions.